Madeline. I'm excited to be here on our Lunch and Learn to showcase our spam filtering feature. Yeah, perfect. So we are presenting, and our agenda is very straightforward for today. We're going to introduce what spam filtering is and have a quick walkthrough of a demo of how it works within Sonar. Afterwards, we'll summarize what steps you can take on your side to start managing spam. And at the end, we'll have time for Q&A. So before spam filtering, every email sent to your instance landed in the main tickets tab. This resulted in both valid customer requests and spam messages appearing side by side. And this also meant that cleaning up spam was a manual process, which took extra time and made it harder to keep the queue focused on actual support needs. And as your ticket volumes grew, this would become more disruptive for your support teams. And what spam filtering does is it introduces automation into the process of handling tickets. So instead of every email landing within your main ticket queue, the system reviews incoming emails and flags anything it identifies as spam. Those emails don't disappear, but instead they're stored separately in the new spam tab under ticketing. This helps your team focus on legitimate requests without the noise of junk mail. At the same time, you're not locked into the system's decision. So if this filter makes a mistake, you can easily override it by manually marking or unmarking tickets as spam. The result is a cleaner and more organized queue that allows you to spend more time resolving the issues that actually matter to your customers. So we're going to talk about how it works. And first off, for some background, Spam Assassin is an open source spam filter that was released in 2001 and later adopted by Apache. It's become one of the most widely used tools for filtering email and has been integrated into many mail servers and email providers. And that's what we're leveraging Spam Assassin for within our own email processor in Sonar. At its core, Spam Assassin assigns each email a spam score. And that score is based on how suspicious the email looks when measured against a huge library of rules. So these rules look at things like the content of the message, the link it contains, whether the sender looks legitimate, and if the address is on a known spam list, for example. Each rule adds or subtracts points, and all of those are combined into a final score. By default, Sonar uses a threshold of 5.0. So if the score is below 5.0, the email is considered safe and delivered into the normal ticketing workflow. And if the score is 5.0 or higher, it's flagged as spam and routed into the spam subtab under ticketing. So let's open up an instance to see how this looks in Sonar. So as you can see here, we're in our ticketing section, and this is where we see all tickets that are requiring action for our team. And you'll notice a new section, which is the spam folder under tickets. The first thing you'll see here is a warning that auto-replies have not been sent to tickets that were automatically marked as spam. And we're going to revisit that in a second. Otherwise, we can see all the spam identified tickets in this section, as well as all the filters that we need to kind of adjust our views if needed. So I want to look at a specific spam example, and we're going to go right into this ticket. So you can see here, this is a ticket that was automatically identified as spam. And you can see the spam score showing 5.8, which is above that 5.0 threshold, which we talked about. And as we mentioned before, this is scored based off of various things in the email, such as the content, the links, that we talked about before. Also in this section, there are various things that you can edit, such as the ticket group that you see here, but also you can edit the priority and ticket status if needed. And lastly, in this section, you have the ability to unmark the ticket as spam if needed, or delete it. If we go back into our spam folder, we also have the ability to manage spam directly in this area. So one thing I'd like to show is the ability to bulk edit spam tickets. So here we're going to select a couple of tickets, and you can see we have the option to delete these if we choose. but also we can edit it and edit those fields that we talked about before. So here we're going to edit the ticket status and close those and update that for all of these tickets. So you can see that now all these tickets have been updated by our bulk action. So I want to go into the example also of a ticket that was incorrectly identified as spam. And you can see here that this is a ticket that is legitimate that we need to action. And to move this back into the ticket folder is very simple. We can click that unmark as spam button. It gives us all the details of the ticket and the notification that this is going to be moved back into the tickets tab. So once we complete that action, it's removed from the spam folder. And when we can navigate back to the tickets tab, it's there for us for actioning. We talked about before the auto reply, which was not sent for this ticket. And under the drop down here, we have an option for you to resend that auto reply if needed. So if we click that, it's going to remind you that this is going to be sent to the contact. The last thing that I would like to show here is for any tickets that were missed as spam, we still have that option in this area to manage them as well. So in the side drop down, you can go ahead and mark any ticket as spam if you need to, or also delete it if required. So I want to pivot a bit from the spam feature for a second and highlight one other update that we released as part of the email communications feature. And this is the ability to see the contents of your outbound mail. So in case you missed it or haven't seen it yet, under the account section, the correspondence area, you have access to all the outbound communications that you've sent to the customer. And this will be separated into your email and SMS communications. Under the email section, you have a complete history of all the outbound mail, like we mentioned, with the status delivery, the date of the sent, and the email contact. But we've also added this view contents button where you can see all of the emails that you've sent to your users, as well as the ability to copy that text if needed. I also want to show this in the communications and messages section. So we're going to navigate there. And this is where you can see a full view of all of the outbound communications that have been sent across your instance. So here, the same details that you can see for emails, as well as SMS for any outbound communications sent to your customers. So those are the main functions of the spam filtering feature. And to start using it is really simple. First off, it's important to note that by default, your Sonar instance automatically checks all incoming emails and filters out spam. But if you want to be able to manage spam, you'll need your role to have the correct ticket-related permissions enabled. This is the view, create, update, and delete permissions. And once those are enabled, you have full control to manage spam within your instance. I'd also like to highlight a few future improvements we're tracking to make the system even more effective. First off, we're currently collecting data that will guide our ability to optimize spam detection. By analyzing spam and ticket data across all instances, we can refine our spam classification thresholds, and that way the filter will get smarter and more accurate over time. We also have plans for additional sender controls. We want to introduce the ability to whitelist trusted senders so that verified messages always bypass the filter, and also blacklist unwanted senders, blocking future emails from known spam sources before they ever reach your queues. Lastly, we'd love to hear your feedback as it helps us see what's working, what we can improve, and where to focus next. And if you haven't already taken a look at the new feedback portal and product roadmap, this can be accessed under your resource center in your instance. So that takes us to the end of the demo portion. So I hope this has been helpful in understanding how spam filtering works within your instance.
Awesome. Thanks, Warren. Nice, short and sweet for a summer day. Let people get to enjoying the sunshine. Hopefully, it's sunny where they are as well. I have two quick questions before I let you go.
Awesome.
Uh, the first one is, can clients adjust the spam score thresholds in their own instance?
So while clients don't have the ability to do that themselves, we understand that there may be certain requirements you need on your specific instance. So please feel free to reach out to our support team if you are having any issues and detailing that within your raising your ticket, and we can be sure to adjust the threshold to ensure that it's optimized for your instance in the meantime before we can get to that more refined threshold.
Amazing. And last but not least, can clients report on spam ticket volume over time to track things like if customers' messages are being misclassified?
Yes, so I want to mention two things here. The first is within your ticketing section, you have the ability to filter out any spam tickets from your reports so that it doesn't impact your any existing reporting that you're tracking. And Looker today, we don't have any standard report for tracking spam. However, you can export all of the details for your tickets right from your instance itself. You can export that into a CSV and it'll have all the details of your tickets, your spam scores, and any information that you want to further analyze in terms of your spam tracking.
Amazing. Well, that's it for me, and I don't see anything else in the comments. So I'm looking forward to see what else is coming for spam in the future. But for now, thank you so much, and this is an awesome feature.
Awesome. Thanks, Madeline. Thank you all for joining.
Bye.
Bye.